All right, everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Captain Crush. I'll be your host for the next 15 to 20 minutes if you give me the opportunity. What I do here is I talk fantasy sports. That is DraftKings, FanDuel, Thrive Fantasy, PrizePicks, Underdog, the whole list of them. If there's fantasy sports to be had, the captain is here to cover it. My goal is to take you from the novice fantasy guy in the office that just knows a little bit to the elite guru who everybody fears, including PrizePicks. That is my goal. I will give you the tools to be able to be that guy. And who doesn't want to be that guy or girl? I know there's a few of you. That being said, I will cover everything you need to know about today's NBA Game 7. I will make it as entertaining as I can, and maybe, just maybe, I'll earn that subscription and a like. That being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Yes, we are going to Thrive Fantasy today. Over here, I got a two-man. It pays 3.2x, a little bit more than that 3x. All we care about is value. We will shop around wherever we need to go. Michael Kopech, less 6.5Ks. Domingo German, less 5.5Ks. This is my two-man. I do these occasionally, as you guys know. Promo code CRUSH. Put on 250, they'll give you 250. Put on 25, they'll give you 25. Whichever, 100% promo code CRUSH, but you'll also get a free month into my Discord. And if you're wondering if the Discord's been crushing, yes, and we got a good group of guys over there. But more importantly, I'm not keeping that offer around forever, so act on it now. All right? Now, we will go over to PrizePicks, where I'm about to discuss these fantasy scores. And boy, oh boy, today we're getting the calculator out. We're going to be crunching numbers like it was our job. And guess what? We have a Game 7 to discuss. We are going back to TD Ameritrade, the Boston Garden, the cathedral of basketball. Here we are. Yeah, you hate to hear it, but it's true. Miami Heat, the biggest choke job in professional basketball history. Is that what we're going to get? Or do we get a game that stays close? Fantasy goodness. A little bit of defense is played, but we get a game down to the wire, just like last time. That controversial ending. Will we get it? Nobody knows, but guess what? We're here for it. Let's get these scores and let's dig in. First up, Daddy Tatum. Yeah, Daddy Tatum. He's always got his son around him. I can commend him for that. 55.5 fantasy points. This thing has risen, and I ain't talking JC. It was at 51, 52. Now it's all the way up to 55. Why? Because it's Game 7 and it's Boston. But guess what? As sick as this is, I don't think I want to take more here. I know it. It's insane. I've been getting everyone's opinion in the Discord on this. 55.5 fantasy points. I'm not sure what to do here. We're going to go already to my handy dandy notepad. All the way at 11:10 a.m., we're breaking out the notepad. Let's go. Jason Tatum, 1.27 fantasy points over his last 5, and he has a season average of 1.34. Now, the captain's got this calculator, baby. We got it right here. And we're going to take 1.27, and you know Tatum's probably going to play at least 40 minutes tonight. So we take that, and we get 50.8. Now, let's take his season average, and we get 53.6. So we're still not at the threshold that we need to be at. But, guys, girls, we have to keep in mind, it's a home game. It's Game 7. This is it. It's do or die. All the marbles, the stakes could not get any higher than this game. Let me tell you right now, if Boston comes back, there's going to be talking heads on ESPN that explode with all of it. You know what I'm talking about. We all watch the first takes, the yada yada. The only show you should be watching is The Captain, because I am giving it to you guys 100, no script. I don't script any of this. I turn on live and I get to it. So I'm going to tell you right now, the math doesn't like Tatum to go over via the calculations. You saw it right there with your own two pretty eyes, but you have to make the choice. You have to make the tough call. Myself, if I'm going to take Tatum here, I would probably be inclined to take more. But on his fantasy side, I'm probably just going to fade the prop. Captain, you just gave us all that just to say you're going to fade the prop? Absolutely. Because he is the number one stud on his team, and he has to be discussed. Whether I fade it or not, a lot of people are going to go there. So I'll discuss this more later. But for now, it's looking like a fade. I wish it was at 53. But if you want to play devil's advocate and do this right here, he's coming up next. I'm talking about him next. I mentioned this to a couple people in the Discord chat already. It is because it is a Game 7. You could make the argument to take more on Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum in a two-man power. Math, calculations, all of it be darned. You could just take these two and say, hey, it's game 7. I don't care about anything else. I'm going with it. And that is perfectly fine. And I won't tell you not to do that. That is completely in play. We will look at Jimmy Butler. He has 1.19 fantasy points over his last 5, and he has 1.27 over the season. I'm going back to the calculator because I'm addicted to it. We're going to take 1.19 and we're going to times it times 42 because that's how many minutes he's likely going to play, and he gets 49. This is why I'm telling you guys, the math calculations, fantasy point per minute, does not add up with their current scores, but these are still true 50-50s. I'm telling you right now, it could go either way. So if you're skipping through these videos and this is all you see, I hope you lose because you deserve to. You need to listen to everything I'm saying, or whoever it is that you watch and listen to, so you can make an informed decision and do your own due diligence. This is a must. If you're just copy and pasting, it ain't gonna work out for you. I promise you that. Okay? So that's your narrative. If you think it's game 7, it's gonna stay close, this is your narrative. More. It's that simple. Now we will talk about Jaylen Brown. You want to see something? Red. And then I told you guys last game, get on that train. We took him on underdog. Now he's the free square on underdog, half a point. So you don't got to worry about him over there. But on PrizePicks, we got to worry about him here. Okay? 39.5 fantasy points. He had a good game last game. He finally had a breakout game. I called that. I said he was due a breakout game. And if they won, it was going to be because he had a breakout game. Now it's all the way up to 39.5. It was at 36. It was all the way down to 34 last game, I believe. So this is still a less candidate for me. I don't care. I know he had an explosion game last game. If you want to take more, you can. Again, it all goes back to that narrative. If you think Boston comes out tonight and they're going to lean on their studs, you should be targeting more. But mathematically, I'm still just going to take less here, guys. I'm going to ride that train till I'm forced off. Last game, I wasn't forced off because I knew he was going to be more. So I got on the more train. But now I'm going back to the less train and I haven't been forced off yet. So I'm going to ride it one more time. Can I do it one more time? Can I get a cash one more time? That green little check mark, and I will let you know on Twitter. So all those people that say, Cap, where did you post it? Where was this posted? With their little thumbs twirled up, you know what? It's posted on my tube, or it's on my Discord, or it's on my Twitter, or it's on my talk. I've been doing this for a hot minute. You know my socials. It's posted. If it's not posted and I just decided that I didn't post it or I didn't tell anyone, I'm still allowed to tweet that it's a cash because someone will have it and I have it. It's my social media. I could post what I want. You don't have to follow me. That's your prerogative. That's your choice, okay? Now, we will talk about this man, Bam Adebayo. Guess what? 40 fantasy points last game in a losing effort. It was a great effort, but they still lost, okay? It doesn't matter if you lose by an inch or a mile. They still got the L. 40 fantasy points last game. Not too shabby, Bam. 33 fantasy points, 15, 22, 54. Here, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the calculator for this one, and we will see what's what, okay? 0.93 fantasy points per minute over the last 5 games. The reason I'm focusing more on the last 5 games because this is a series of 7 games, and I want to just target. I don't want to look at any more of a sample size. Regular season you should, but for this, I just want to keep it to the sample size of this series. So we will take 0.93. We're going to multiply it times 40, and we're going to see what we get. We get 37.2, okay? So now we can go back over here. If Miami has a chance to win this game, it's going to be because Bam, Butler, Martin, their role player guys, they all step up. So if you want to take more on Bam, you saw the math with your own 2 eyes. It checks out. Me personally, I don't think I'm going to go there. I'm not going to be high on it. Marcus Smart, another one. I said take more on his fantasy last time. I'm holding that L. He didn't get there. 23.3. Derek White carried the team last game. It's absurd. Now, Marcus Smart is 1.5 fantasy points higher than his projection was last time. So now I'm going to go to the calculator. I told you guys there's going to be a lot of calculations on this because it's a game 7. And Vegas/books, PrizePicks, Underdog, whatever you want to call them, they know exactly what they're doing. They have the best models and projection systems that money can buy in the universe. They have the smartest and most brilliant minds over there setting these lines, and they know exactly what to do, especially if they have a 7-game sample size of the same teams playing each other back to back when the stakes are at their highest. So we have 0.86, multiply it times let's just say he plays 38 minutes and he gets 32 fantasy points. So it's Marcus Smart. You know, you never can feel comfortable about putting anything on Marcus Smart. I'll be the first one to admit that. But if you want to take more here, that would be the play for me. I think that he gets right. If they do win, like I said, he'll have a lot to do with it. If you want to just target his assist or rebounds assist, or even just his assist, or even just his points, I believe he was shooting a lot last game, but he had a lot of turnovers. So if you want to take his PRA, go ahead and do that. That's totally fine. All right. We got Max Struss last game. 18.5 fantasy points. Who called it? Les. Captain did. Right here. It was on Dub Club. Can't remember if it was on the YouTube, but I did mention to take less. It cashed. He came out strong and he scared us. He scared the bejesus out of us. But guess what? He cashed. And that's why I preach to you guys all the time. Stop crying after 1 quarter of play. 1, it makes you look weak. And 2, the game just started. Anything and everything can happen. Classic example. Last WNBA game, okay, Arika Ogunbowale, she was literally needing 2 points to not hook my second half. Guess what? 5 seconds left. She shot a 3 and she made it. And it's a cash. Anything can happen, and that is the name of the game, and that is why we play. We play for the uncertainty. We play because it's fun, and let's be honest, we play because we live for the chaos and the sweat. So, Max Struss, he gave us a scare last game. I'm going to continue to take less here, but not today. I will just fade this prop entirely because I'm not taking any chances with someone that has a 16.5 fantasy score. 18 I can get down, but at 16, it's too low. If you want to take less, that is the correct play. But for me, I'm just going to stay away from it because I don't know. I could see him getting 2 steals or 2 blocks, and then he's already at 9, and I'm chalk, okay? Gabe Vincent, we didn't know how many minutes he was going to play last game. I'm going to look right now and see how many minutes he did play. All right, so May 27th, our good old buddy Gabe Vincent, injury and all, he played 41 minutes. What happened to his injury? I thought he was injured, Cap. He was, but he still got those minutes. He took 18 shots, and he made 15, he made 6 of them. So guess what? So I'm going to go ahead and advocate for 22.5 fantasy points for Mr. Gabe Vincent more. There's other stats / props that I like about him elsewhere, but for this video, for this right here, I will take 22.5 more. I like it. For a guy that's going to play 41 minutes, and in this scenario, he'll probably play the same amount, if not more, I like it to go more, okay? I'm staying away from rickety old knees Al Horford. If you want to take his rebounds plus assist, or even just his rebounds, I don't hate it. I would take less here if you're going to target anything, but I'm just going to stay away. And here we go. The man himself, Derek White, the golden boy, the man that can do no wrong in Boston right now. Here he is, right here, 28.5 fantasy points. This is way too high. And mathematically, you should be doing this right here. But guess what? This guy, he can do no wrong right now. He's literally riding high. He's got all the momentum. His team's got his back. His coaches have faith in him. And for that reason, I will be taking more. Why? Because I'm riding that train, fam. And what do I mean by that train? Brogdon, I'm not sure he's playing tonight. I'm pretty sure he's still out. I have to wait for confirmation. But look at this. Trending all the way up in a perfectly balanced, symmetrical graph of starting trashy and then ending up high. 18, 24, 32, 34, 36. And now we get a Game 7 Derek White at home. Who is this guy? Is he Jordan's son? I don't know, but I'm playing him tonight, 28.5. However, Uno reverse coming into effect. His real point total was around 14.5, and you best believe that I took that and told others to take that less. Now it's down to 14. I'm staying away, but I think he can get his fantasy score without necessarily getting a lot of real points. And for that reason, and for those reasons alone, I will go against the math, against the odds, and I will take more at 28.5. And if he sells, guess what? I made money on him last week or last game and the game before, so I'm cool with it. Do your thing, Derek White, the man who can do no wrong. Okay? There's one more guy that we need to discuss, the hair in the soup, the fly in the ointment, whichever you want to call it, and he's right here, Caleb Martin. If he starts, and this is a big if he starts tonight, I will take 28.5 fantasy score over or more, whatever you want to say. If he doesn't start, I will fade the prop and probably just target his real points prop. Where's it at? Okay, it's at 15. Now I have to tell you guys this. I have to tell you this to be honest with you. My model likes this right here. That's what my model's telling me to do. The Vegas odds, they like the same. But guess what? I'm going against that right now, fam. I'm not going to take either of these. If he starts, I'm taking more. If he starts, I'm taking more. If he sits, I'm just going to fade both. It's that simple. I mean, and when I say sit, I mean coming off the bench. Okay, I know he's playing tonight, but if he starts, I'm taking more. If he doesn't start, I'm fading the prop. I got one more guy that I want to talk about, and here we go. Robert Williams III. He's got a W right in his name. My former play of the day. He sold us. All he needed was half an assist. That's only one, and he couldn't get there. But in his defense, he got injured. He didn't play a lot of the second and third quarter because of it. He was able to come back. They taped him up. They gave him the shot. They gave him the ibuprofen, whatever you want to call it, and he came out and he did a little bit of dominating, but he didn't get an assist. So I'm going right back to the well. Instead, I'm taking 6.5 points more. Book it, put it in there. I'm taking it. No shame in my game, and I will be taking that to the bank and hopefully to Value Town with a little bit of Cash Town. You dig? So I've covered everything that I wanted to cover on PrizePicks except for one more thing, and that is Duncan Robinson. This guy pulls the biggest chicanery of all time. 8.5 points, okay? Last half, I don't believe he had any points, and then he comes in the second half and just dominates. 8.5 points, check this out. 13 last game, 18 game before, a stinker 22-15. Coach rides the hot hand with this guy. Gabe Vincent or not, doesn't matter. He puts him in. If he starts draining buckets, he stays. Last game, he single-handedly kept the Heat in it and almost gave them the W. Now, 8.5, I will take more. I'm not taking less. I've learned my lesson. I'm tired of taking less on this man and getting chalk. I will literally take more, and if he sells, he sells. I'm at peace with it, and you should be too. Grant Williams, don't even go there, okay? So I've discussed PrizePicks in depth. I have this free square here on my own account. I'm telling you guys, save it for the finals if you can. If it's burning a hole in your pocket, go ahead and use it. You can use it 5 times on $5 slips spread out. It's up to you, all right? While we're over here on PrizePicks, I want to say a couple of things, all right? WNBA is in effect. I don't believe there's a WNBA game, but soon we're going to have WNBA games almost every day, and there's always MLB here and there, and there is a couple value to find. Esports is a big thing. There's CSGO, Call of Duty, whichever. I'm going to admit to you right now, I'll be the first one. I can get on that Xbox right here now, any day of the week, twice on Sunday, and put you in your place and beat you on Call of Duty almost all the time. That may be cap, it may not be. I'll let you guys find out if you ever play against me on Call of Duty. But I'm in a Discord, my own Discord. I have guys in there, the esports section. They're absolutely insane. And this is proof of the pudding. These guys are in here all night long, posting their contests, doing everything you want to do. They're in here posting it. These guys are a wild group. I'm making a TikTok video on it later today because it's actually hilarious what had happened. I will make it into a short video because it's funny. This guy put in a contest that he didn't want to put in. He told everyone to cancel with 3 seconds left, and no one could cancel it in time, and then it ends up hitting. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen. That's a quick plug for them because they're a wild group of animals that needed to be discussed, all right? Anytime you have esports in a Discord section, it's always going to be separate from the rest because those guys are just a rowdy bunch. They're grinding round the clock, and I just don't get it, but I'm learning. All right, so now we're going to go to Underdog Fantasy where we have a free square today. We have Jaylen Brown over half a point. That's already a lock. Unfortunately, you cannot ensure the free plays that they give you, but it's okay. If you want to play it safe, you can literally just take Jaylen Brown and one more and get 3x up to $20 so you can turn 20 into 60 if you hit it. If you don't want to play it safe, add some more in there. And that is what I am going to do, and I'm going to give you some of my favorites. I had JP France right here cooked up for you guys at 5.5 strikeouts. Unfortunately, they removed it, and not because the game has started, but because it was such good value. I put it in my Discord, so some of people may have got it. I hope you guys did. Next, I already talked about him. He's got the W in his name. Robert Williams III, 6.5 points higher. Next, Jimmy Buckets. These bottom two are my least favorite, but you have to pair it with somebody from the other team or another contest or another stat. Jimmy Buckets, 52 fantasy points higher, and Duncan Robinson, 8.5 points higher. Yes, and there you go. You can turn 20 into 400, and one of the legs is already guaranteed, so that is Underdog Fantasy. Promo code CRUSH, if you're not on Underdog, promo code CRUSH, you'll get a 100% deposit bonus right out of the gate, but even more important than that, you get the golden ticket into my gold package Discord, which gives you all access, all the community members who crush, myself, all the plays of the day, even my slips, and ask questions, I answer. That is Underdog Fantasy, and that is that. Now, I want to show you guys something real quick about the JP France call out that I had. More 5.5 strikeouts. This is where I got it. Outlier bet. It has it right here. It has the Vegas books right there. FanDuel minus 174. Are you kidding me? We're getting a stat at minus 174 on Underdog/PrizePicks. We always target those. DraftKings minus 145. It'll show you the implied betting odds. It tells you his season stats from last season. There's none to go on from right here, but this is all I needed to see. Then I compared it to my model, which I keep private. That's behind the curtain. No one sees it but me. And that had it for 6.5. So now I know to target it. Unfortunately, it got bumped, but I wanted to show you guys this because it has everything you need to see right here. We have insights for MLB, NBA, and they have NFL. I'm trying to get them to add WNBA. When they add WNBA, I will be on top of the roof screaming about Outlier Bet's praises. You better believe it. Jimmy Butler has failed to exceed 8.5 rebounds in 25 of his last 29 games. Folks, I already have a Jimmy Butler stat for you guys, but this is all you have to do. Go through here while you're walking your dogs, you're on the toilet, whatever have you, and read this like you would Reader's Digest. It's perfect and it helps you. It makes you a savant when it comes to being able to have conversations with your buddies when you're making plays. This is it right here. This is the sauce. And most importantly of all, it's not just a plug. I use this on the daily. This is what I do. Promo code CRUSH and you will get 37 days free. You cannot beat it with a stick. And after that, it's only like $19 a month, which guess what? That's nothing. If you're gambling, $19 a month, you should not be sweating that. It is worth it. All right, fam, you've reached the end of the video. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you made it this long, I am going to bless you. If you skipped around, they won't see it, but those of you that stuck it out, you grinded it out, you listened to the captain, you hang on every word, you guys, you keep me going, and for that, I tip my cap, and I am going to bless you with a giveaway. I talked about it a little bit on Twitter a couple days ago, but now here it is. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do, like the video, obviously, be subscribed, and then just comment in the comments below your favorite number, 0 to 1,000, and I have a number right here on my whiteboard. Whoever guesses it, not only will they get a free ticket to sweat me with, but you'll also get 30 free days into my Discord/Dub Club, and that is my appreciation for you guys. I'll be doing more of these more frequently as I can for the summer. I do them in my Discord. I already did one in my Discord, but I wanted to give back to you guys as well, my YouTube audience. If you're interested in my Discord/Dub Club, you can check it out, CaptainCrush.net. It's totally optional. It's just for those that want a little bit more, a little bit deeper dives, a little bit more stuff, and I have it there for you. We do win over there. I can't win every night. No one can, but these are some of our winning screenshots from yesterday. I'm so thankful for you guys. You let me come on here and listen to me rant about my sports. I hope you were entertained. If not, give me a try tomorrow because I do it on a daily basis. Check out some of my other videos too if you can. How about these new intros and outros? Do you guys like that? A community member, one of us, she made it for me. No questions asked. She just came to me and said she made it. What a trooper. I love that. That's very appreciated. And with all that being said, the captain has one final thought. Folks, it's game 7. Anything can happen. Bet responsibly. Don't be insane. I don't want to see any of you at the plasma bank tomorrow, okay? I give you a big salute. Good luck tonight, and let's crush.